All right, no promises. This is I'm back again. I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I'm really upset right now because I just got finished reviewing Power, and I got down to the last sentence, 32 minutes or whatever, and I was sitting there talking about how how it ended with go saying don't go to Angela. What? Anyway. Soon as I'm sitting there, I'm saying that word, I get the thing, camera stopped working unexpectedly. Okay, cool. I come back on, do the little piece, combine them together, fix it together, and it ain't no problem. And I was getting ready to do the review for the VH1 MTV Awards. Because, I mean, when I wasn't going to do one, but when I seen Beyonce basically do a whole little Lemonade concert, I was like, she slayed. And then Rihanna sitting there came on. She showed her ass too, and it was good. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and, hold on for a second. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Drake came out of, Drake. He was stuck in traffic when I was watching it earlier. But he came out. Man, that motherfucker is so motherfucking fine. There's nobody. I'm just, bam. I don't even like red dudes. But all day, every day, Drake. Damn, baby, you fine. Yo, I changed my mind. I can't. I mean, I was going to do it in time. But, I mean, it's 3 hours long. I'm not going to be able to put all the things in it. But I'm just in there watching Rihanna wrap up and Drake give the little award for the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award for 2016. And I mean, to be honest, there's so many parts I did not see that I got to sit there and watch it again. And I'll give it to y'all tomorrow because I'm tired because, like I was saying, this review for Power was done, finished. I was on my last little sentence thanking my subscribers. And then, the first whole 30 minutes ain't even on my phone, so I can't even connect the little 1 minute and 30 seconds that I had to add thinking I was gonna add it. I gotta start all over again. Man, I don't even know. I don't want to do this all over again. I do not. But this episode, I gotta get it out there because I know y'all gonna sit there and see all the great YouTubers that review it, and there's a lot of people reviewing it, and I mean, I know mine is at the bottom of the list, but I gotta get mine out there though, for real, and y'all just continue to keep on subscribing. If this is your first time, just tune in because you get ready to get a review because Power season 3 episode 7, Don't Go, off the chain, just 100%. Since Help Me episode 5, they have not let go. They have been full throttle and ain't been holding nothing back. And this episode right here, man, oh man. Anyway, we didn't spend 3 minutes on the VH1 MTV Awards, and I still got to do that real review tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not going to cut it out this video. We're going to just keep it going. So let me tell you about this episode, Don't Go. Now, I thought when it first started off, I was like, oh, this is some motherfucking bullshit. He laying in the bed with her. I said, no, he did not go back over to her house and they motherfucking made up. And I said, ain't this some motherfucking bullshit? And I was like, nah, he dreaming. And I'm not even going to go for that shit. Because, I mean, if that's the case, you going to just sit there and just might as well just tell me stop watching the motherfucking series because I was going to be fucked up with that whole shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I see them getting back together at some particular point in time. But don't make it that, I mean, how you started to do this off. But it was a dream. And then when he wakes up, he's in the bed all by himself. And then it goes to Angela talking to Paz, talking about, and he's sitting here crying the blues, talking about how he was saying we was just in a fantasy land from way back when we was 15, and it was never going to work. And I mean, you know, he was saying that like he didn't really even care for her at all. And she was like, well, you know what he's saying wasn't wrong. I mean, first of all, y'all's whole little thing, y'all's whole relationship where y'all thought y'all was gonna rekindle something way back when you was 15. You're not 15 no more, y'all. Y'all shouldn't even let that even happen. Oh, how you doing? You looking good, blah, blah, blah. But that whole running down from the steps, I mean, how he even seen her from off the jump. And he came down looking for her. I mean, he was searching for her. And his motherfucking dumbass shit. And she acting like she didn't know what in the fuck was going on. You did, Angela. But you got your motherfucking shit with you. I can't stand her. I can't stand the bitch. So she talking to Paz, and Paz is sitting there saying, you know what, look, he ain't no good. Don't let that motherfucker come back around no more. And what's in there? So she talking, and dude comes from her job. Now I'm gonna give this to y'all basically scene by scene. There's only gonna be one part where I'm gonna deviate, and that's gonna be on Tyreek. But we'll get to that point in a second. So, I mean, the guy was like, look, Angela, I need you to come, get yourself and come to the office. And she said, wait a minute, can we just wait until tomorrow? He said, no, I'm serious right now. You need to get your laptop and your phone, and you need to come with me to the office. And so she was like, oh, so she coming down there. She thinks it has something to do with like they didn't call it Lobos or whatever the case may be. She don't even know what she's here to be, what it's going to be. So she get there and she see Knox, Greg, sitting back there. Mike is in the room with the big boss. Sax is separated, and she has to go into a room. She's like, "What?" She is asking the guy who brought her down there, "What's going on? I mean, we have. I've looked at you for several times. At least tell me what the world's going on here." And he was like, "It's the Office of Professional Responsibilities, basically the FBI's internal affairs, basically." Because they done found Lobos dead, and they know that it's somebody. You know, even though Knox has sit there and said it was an inside job, I mean, everybody else was like, well, you know, Mike. Of course, he was saying, you know, let's not jump to no conclusions or whatever, and you know, and his boss was sitting there thinking the same thing. So, but she goes in the room and she looking like, oh shit, and so Mike's sitting up in the room. I call him Mike because he's Mike, because I can't pronounce his last name, and I ain't trying to think about it. But he's sitting there, got that, and I'm like, nigga, you don't have no type of game with you. I mean, somebody could just look at you and be like, nigga, come on, come clean. I don't know how you fooled me last time, because you came in and was, you know, switching things around or whatever, and got rid of the little Puerto Rican bitch that was Angela's boss that was giving her a little chance or whatever. We ain't seen her since, and she didn't ease her way out. Mike, you didn't come up in there, and you was going to put your foot down, and you had me fooled, but now I'm sitting there knowing all along, you been Lobos' bitch, and now you sitting there caught out in the wind, and your motherfucking shit's about to come tumbling down. But anyway, he think he on the in group. And she was like, well, Mike, we'll be talking to you soon. You can go ahead and go into the other room. He said, wait a minute, I thought I was going to be a part of this task. First of all, every member who was a part of the task force that knew anything about the transportation of Lobos is a suspect. So you can go. We'll get with you and we will talk to you and we'll get your what you know later on. But right now, I need you to get up out this fucking room. And so his boss said, go ahead, Mike. You can go ahead and go home. And when we need you, we'll call you. So Mike get up out of there, and he's like, oh, shit. I ain't going to be able to. I don't even know which direction to go. But at least he does know that Lobos is dead. And so he come out the room. So the big boss is like, wait a minute. These are just the people that try to kill Lobos before. They came after him. They end up getting him. Whatever. I don't believe it's nobody. Internal. She said, no, you're wrong. And evidently she knows him, and she kind of like when the bitches be like, your folks, your house ain't clean, motherfucker. Your house ain't motherfucking goddamn clean. And she said because the phone Lobos is dead. The cell phone that was found on him had one number that they called, and pings back to this building right here. And he's like, oh shit, man. I mean, not that he's trying to cover up anything, but he's like, damn it. I mean, wait, what y'all telling me? We definitely know we got a leak up in this department. And I'm sitting there saying, you supposed to be the big dog. How this shit be going on underneath your nose and you don't even know your people and what in the fuck is going on? How did Mike even get to the point where he's doing this shit and nobody ain't sitting there on cameras that he's giving him? How does this shit happen? I don't know, but it does. And they all stupid. So we're at the club and he's talking to Karen Bassett because he's sitting there, you know, get ready to buy into go in business with them so that he could have, you know, his clubs up into her hotels, open some clubs up in her hotels. And I thought that they were going to be paying him, and I guess they will be paying, but whatever he's doing, he's buying into this whole investment so that he could be able to make money, but he has to pay into it for them, I mean, to be able to do whatever they're doing. I don't know where that's becoming advantageous for him. I guess from him getting the business from being in there, but he has to pay to be. Basically to get that spot up in there. And so so she was meeting with him. She's like, "Well, when Dad wants to go with you, you have this." He said, "I have the money and a cashier's check for y'all tomorrow because Daddy was going to do a walkthrough." And y'all know, Dre is like cleaning up really, really nice, y'all. I used to, when he was on the little street corners and he was deciding which way he was going to go, he just looked a little dusty to me, and I didn't see him really that, how he's looking right now. And even when it first came on and he was in a suit, I still wasn't getting that whole vibe, but he's starting to, be a little play up in those clothes, and he kind of look a little good and shit. And, Karen said, like, well, you ain't gonna have to be, moving on papers, right? You gonna make so much money. You gonna be coming up. He's like, well, you can't keep no diamond in the rough like you doing no paperwork. He said, well, I'm glad you think so, Karen. And he got that little look and gave her and shit. She over there. I see what you looking at. You know, white bitch got a little young thug. Yeah, because James turns me off. Man, his whole look, his whole face is starting to... he looked like a bitch ass nigga. Somebody gonna flip him over and fuck his motherfucking ass. He just, I used to think James was, Ghost was cute, but I don't think that no more. I think Tommy over before I would take motherfucking Ghost, as Ghost ain't no man at all. He always thinking he gonna control everybody, and that everybody's just gonna fall in line with him. He don't take in no parameters of what could go wrong. He don't give a fuck just as long as Ghost is all right. And he gonna try to. You ain't gonna change Tommy. Tommy is street all day, every day. He don't want no parts of the club. He don't want to go straight. He done told you that motherfucking shit when you got out. He said, are you gonna continue to run this shit? And you think you gonna control Tommy so that you can get the fuck out, but you think you gonna get him out, and he don't want the same thing you do, Ghost. Why can't you understand that? Why can't you understand that he does not want the same things that you do? Everybody don't got to think the way Ghost does. I can see if y'all all come together and say, this is what our plan is, we all trying to do this. But no, you just can't, because you decide that you want to do it, that everybody else got to fall into because you decide that you want to do it. And that's the reason why everything is as fucked up as it is, because you wanted to have Angela. You wanted to do this. You got fucked with Stern, and he came and got you, but you had to maneuver. Everything about you, Ghost, is you just fuck up shit, and you think that you the smartest person in the motherfucking room, and you don't know how to use your motherfucking smart because you don't think about what the people that are around you. You need to have a circle that you trust, and you don't have no secrets, and it's not that this is part of my plan and I ain't gonna tell you until the last minute, and they all jacked up and don't know what the fuck is going on. Enough on Ghost. Anyway, so Milan's people walking around, she just thinking that Karen's just thinking it's just security or whatever. They watching everything Ghost motherfucking do. So Tommy shows up with Jose. And that motherfucker is so motherfucking goddamn fine, yo. Ugh. I just be looking at him and I was like, I remember the Puerto Ricans and I was like, ooh. But Tommy don't want to fuck with Dre, but I mean, so anyway, they go downstairs to because they gonna go with Milan and discuss, you know, how things are gonna go. And so, you know what, Tommy needs a Ghost in his life because Ghost can kind of has the smooth edges. Tommy's just street, and he doesn't have it in him that when there's a level of respect when you have these upper levels and you are dealing with people who you get your product from, and the man you going up higher, I'm dealing with the man, you got to treat them with respect. You don't gotta be no bitch or whatever. You don't have to bow down, but you don't have to talk shit the way that you do, Tommy. And he get up in the van, and when the guy sit there and says something about your deputy or whatever, and he said, I ain't nobody's fucking deputy. I mean, Tommy said, we 50-50 up in this motherfucker. and he talking about, oh, so you just gonna be, and Tommy, once he was done, you just gonna be a bitch? The man just sit there, one of his workers, Milan's workers, did not follow an order. And he took this rope and this chain and went around his neck, choked him out, and then just snapped his fucking neck right in front of everybody, talking about he didn't follow orders. Milan ain't no joke, y'all. He's the real deal. He is the real deal. I'm surprised he has his hands so hands-on with these little, I mean, because Ghost and them really ain't nobody, but he has his hands on because his shit got fucked up because Lobos ain't there no more. So now he got to come step in, and he got his people. They ain't no joke. They ain't no joke at all. And so he said, look, you better have my money for the shit that you owe me by the end of the day. And he said, well, I mean, I'm going to need a couple of days. I mean, I'm just, because he dropped off all the product for him. Well, he said, your people better get out on the street. Now, old Milan, because he knows everything that's going on in the club, it ain't like he didn't know the Ghost had this money that he going to give to Bessie. He knows everything. And he didn't give a fuck about that because he wanted his coin by that night. So, Ghost is going through little changes. So then we're going to get to Tyreek. And I'm going to put Tyreek all into one big thing. And we're going to try to make it real quick because I see the time on here. Tyreek is fucked up in the head because of what's going on. Once again, all because of Ghost. Ghost just thinks he can do whatever he wants to do and just mess with everybody's life. And everybody's supposed to be happy because it's all going to work out. And Tyreek is showing out. And he's going to this counselor, to this counselor before he can go back to school. He got to see this therapist for so many times before he can go back to school. He got 2 more sessions. I'm like, ain't you gonna be happy that your dad, that you'll be able to see your dad for Father's Day? I mean, for Daddy Day or whatever. He said no. He said, and you hate him, and I don't like him, and you hate him too, and I don't know why you even be fake. She said, look, Tyreek, I don't hate your daddy, and he doesn't hate. She said, you a lying. I mean, you a lying. I mean, he said something real slick out of her. He said, you a fucking lying bitch or something like that. And she went to go hit him, and he grabbed her arm, and she's like, and it just caught her by surprise that he would actually. It wasn't hitting her, but it was like by you grabbing my hand, saying you ain't gonna touch me. It's like, you like defying me right now. So she sent him to the room and was like, call Ghost. You need to come and get your son before I kill him. Later on in the episode, Ghost gonna say, Tyreek, what's really going on? He says, look, you can't sit there and hit your mom. He said, I didn't hit her, Dad. She was going to hit me, and I just sit there and deflected her hand. Caught her hand from hitting me. He said, well, regardless of whether if you hit her or not, you ain't supposed to be disrespecting your mom. You know you're going to have to apologize. Because he said, I raised you to be able to apologize. Real men apologize. He said, like you made me apologize to your side bitch. Ghost's eyes got so he yanked him up and said, what nigga, who in the fuck you think you talking to? And I'm like, see, when you gonna wake up and not think all your little chips are gonna fall in line and everybody's gonna be cool with you and Angela being together and everybody's gonna be perfect and all this type of stuff? When is that gonna get through your skull that you have just messed up y'all's whole structure, y'all's whole family? All over a bitch from when you was 15 years old. That don't even make no sense. None. Again, I still can't get with that storyline. How he just sit there and just let it all go. All of it. His business, the things he's trying to do, the turmoil that he's causing. I mean, he could have just kept it the way it was. Open up his club, let Tommy do the streets, and don't be trying to make all these moves and try to make sure you're gonna get out and you got a nigga. I mean, he ain't no nigga because he's white, but you got this dude right here, ain't nothing but street. That's all he knows, and he don't have no other frame of mind to be anything else but street. And think you gonna try to make him have your vision that you got? You're not gonna make him into that at all. And you think you have this ability to make things happen, and everything that you do and all your plans have to be readjusted. So now the woman. Let's go back over to the professional responsibility people. She grilling them like I don't know what, and she's so on point. She's so on point. That bitch is so on point. She hitting all the little notes, and she got 1 point. So Angela, girl, you got used by St. Patrick. You got used by him. You done fell in love with him, and you sitting there telling him things, and he's getting all the information from you for what's happening, and you don't even realize it because you in love. She says, it's funny what love makes. She says, love don't have nothing to do with it. Bitch, how dumb you gonna be, Angela? You this attorney, you smart enough to do all these things that you ain't supposed to be doing. Why would you have if Ghost changed his phone as many times as he changed his phone when y'all was in a relationship, when y'all first started off, why wouldn't you have gotten another phone to where once you start having suspicions that he, even to the point when you cloned his phone, you should have got you another phone so that your phone would never be able to be tracked from work. You should never have been sending the messages back and forth to somebody who later turns out to be a suspect who might be Ghost. How dumb can you be? But you caused all these little things, and yes, the love got you. But she didn't only put the grill on, she put the grill on Mike. She was like, look, how you been working on, you the longest person that's been working on this Lobos thing. How in the world, I mean, did this slip through your cracks or on with the name? How don't you know? He's like, wait a minute. If it's me, and I helped get him escape, why would I kill him if I'm the one that helped me get him escape? And she's like, I don't know. There'll be many reasons. And then, she's putting the pressure on him. And that's where I'm saying, Mike, you're weak. And I don't know how I was fooled by you. But he goes like, well, how much do you know about James St. Patrick? Knox, Greg is already, he already said, fuck this shit. Y'all thinking of me? I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. And why I put the surveillance on Angela, because I felt like she was in communication with a person that was a possible suspect, and he was with, because they know that what Angela did with the 13-year-old girl. They pulled out none of the stops or whatever, and I'm like, they coming around, and I wonder if they're gonna be able to. It's going to be some motherfucking shit when you got Mike that's fucked up in the whole thing. You got Angela that's fucked up in the whole thing. But they ain't working in conjunction together. But they got two people that are fucked up in this whole thing. And they don't even motherfucking know each other are doing the things that they're doing. And, y'all, Sachs or whatever his name is, y'all wouldn't know what's in his file, because when they were talking about it, they said, oh, you been quite busy. Or he said, what? He said, what? They said, you with all these things in your file? You should. And I was like, well, ain't this a mother? Please tell me what. Give me the tea, nigga. Give me the tea. Don't be insinuating. They looking at it and laughing at it. I think he's motherfucking. I think he undercover. I think he one of them motherfucking freaks, and they can't, and they know about what he does or whatever. Because I don't think it's just no domestic violence or he's in a relationship. Just knowing how he's like one of them people that slide by and like, there's something up with him for real. I think he's one of them undercover freaks and freak. But I don't care because he don't turn my boat that way. But anyway, he probably is a freak. So, Milan takes them down there and tells them that they got to have their money by the end of the night. Where am I at now? Okay. So I told you that Ghost was talking to Tyreek or whatever. He come out, Tyreek go out the room or whatever, leaves out the room, and Tasha come back. Ghost, how you gonna tell me? Now, mind you, Andre is now trying to press. Okay, I gotta back it up. Andre's taking the trash out. Kanan comes up to him, talking about, nigga, you done lied to me. You told me he didn't fuck with Tommy no more. He said, look, I just found out this motherfucking shit is happening right now, and you know how ghosts keep secrets, and I can't figure. I mean, he's cut me the fuck out, and I don't know what's going on. He said, look, you better get back in there and let me know. You need. He said, I'm gonna call you, nigga. I'm gonna call you. I ain't mad at Andre. I wouldn't tell Ghost right now because Ghost don't tell you shit. So why you gonna tell him shit? Because Ghost be acting like he got somebody's back and he got you blind, and you got this motherfucker and came and picked up your daughter. Oh fuck that! You gotta protect your own motherfucking goddamn self. So now we got Kanan back. I already knew he would come back into the picture from the previous whatever. So Andre trying to figure some shit out. So Ghost and finally sit there after, because Andre's, look, Ghost, I want to get back in. I know something the fuck is going back. You back in the game. I want to get back in too. And you gotta let me know. So he gonna take him for a walk and tell him who Milan is and why he gotta do what he gotta do. He didn't want to get him involved. Well, nigga, you should have just. Why don't you just tell the people that are around you that it infects what in the fuck is going on? They should not have to get caught up into this crossfire where you don't have their back. Because if he would tell you that Kanan's back, he would tell you, "Oh, I got you," and he don't have you because he don't even know where Kanan's coming from. He's lost. So anyway, so back to Tyreek. I mean, he coming out the room. Well, the dinner guest is Milan. Now, Ghost had just told, when he told Dre, he wanted him to leak something, and he was gonna have the police take care of. And he had this girl Tantala. I mean, I can't remember what her name is, but put it out there that there's a missing person, and so he gonna have the police. I mean, whatever he had his plan that he was going to put into action. Well, who's there for fucking dinner but Milan and the girl? And it's like, you should have seen, and that bitch already knows. She said, you should have seen his face, and he thought I was dead. And so he done found out that he had told Dre what to do. Now Dre didn't say, I know Dre didn't go back to him and tell him anything. He got them. I wouldn't be surprised if he don't got in his suits bugs like they did on Enemy of the State. Because he knows there's nothing Ghost can be able to do, and he thinks he's going outside, and he's saying, well, let's take this walk, and that's just being, whatever the case may be, Milan is not to be messed with. But y'all, I'm gonna tell you this, Kanan's motherfucking ass. If I had any type of crush on 50 Cent or thought he was sexy because he's a thug or whatever, there's just certain things I just cannot deal with, and he just crossed that fucking line. Because he talking to Dre, but before he talks to Dre, and Dre calls him to tell him about that it's Milan, or all this other type of stuff that's really going on, they just found out. Kane is walking this old lady carrying her bags. She said, I can't believe you used to live in the apartment by me when you was younger. He said, yes, ma'am. And so he was sitting there walking her all the way up to her door. And then he was talking to Dre. He said, hold on for a second. He let her in, put the groceries down. I'm thinking he gonna leave. He gonna shove the woman down to the motherfucking ground and then get down and start trying to suffocate her. And then gonna grab the Jesus Saves pillow and suffocate her and kill her. And then get up talking about, I'm back. You know, how can you be so damn cruel like that, man? How? You don't care about nobody like that? Man, I mean, you turning me off. I mean, come on, enough is enough. You don't gotta do that. Woman didn't have nothing because you trying to get a spot that you gonna be able to hide out at. What type of shit is that, man? You could have found some young little kid. You could have done anything, but not that old lady. You come on now, that's some bullshit. For real, Kanan. I mean, why y'all wrote that shit and kind of got my money, my stomach upset. Because this episode has some highs and some lows and things. I mean, I'm happy what's going on with Angela and all the shit that she might be facing or whatever. But when she came past there and tried to threaten Tasha's my motherfucking bitch. Tasha ain't no you gonna be able to say what you gonna do to me or whatever. She's that she's not new to the game. She's true to the game. And she knows what's going on. So regardless of whatever, especially since you trying to get me to say something, I ain't giving you shit. And she gonna sit there and say, yeah, he was with me. You know how he does. Broke my back in. And she said, Angela said, I don't believe you. She said, yeah. She said, shit. You can call him if you want to. He's upstairs now. Angela's like, I can't believe you took him back. She said, bitch, wait a minute. I'm his wife. And I'm the mother of his kids. You was nothing but a phase, bitch. I mean, I'm always going to be motherfucking goddamn here. He was going through a little midlife crisis. So, bitch, fuck you. And don't come to my motherfucking place any motherfucking goddamn more. And she stepped up. And I was like, that's my motherfucking bitch. Because I thought she was about to do. And I was like, that would have just destroyed my whole character that I think Tasha is. Because I know Tasha is that bad bitch. She is. And when I call her bitch, it's not a negative word. It's a bad bitch. It's a bad bitch. And so anyway, Tommy already said he ain't gonna give the Milan no motherfucking money. He'll get his money when they get the product done, and he ain't gonna be done. He's like, when you become somebody's bitch, how you gonna just let him run you? And Joe goes like, didn't you just see what he did to the motherfucker right in front of our face, man? We gotta do what we gotta do, and just until then, and then we'll make our move and try to take him. Look, there you go with your motherfucking shit and coming up with your plans and not telling nobody what it is. Motherfucker, we tired of that. And Tommy's like, look, regardless of whatever he thinks, you ain't my boss. And I'll handle this shit my way. So he said, you can have my share of money. Because he said, you got any extra money? Because I got this thing with Karen. And he's like, now he didn't. Ghost and went and asked Tasha. Tasha's my bitch now. Enough is a motherfucking nut. Nigga, you keep on not telling me what's going the fuck on. You ain't gonna take no chance with my motherfucking kids' livelihood. And I don't give a fuck of what's going on. You ask your motherfucking bitch. She's like, we ain't even together no more. She ain't falling for the motherfucking shit regardless. No, I ain't getting it from you. So Tommy comes to get a check from her. And then Tasha started to get a little frustrated about everything. She said, Tommy, why'd you do that to Holly? And he didn't know what she was motherfucking goddamn talking about right there. Threw him off his whole motherfucking goddamn game. She said, Ghostin told me. He said, he told you? Now, Tommy still don't motherfucking know what she's talking about. Look, you got that girl out there pregnant and she all by herself. And y'all know Tommy don't know how to handle this motherfucking goddamn shit. He don't know how to handle that shit at all. So his head is spinning. And she don't even know what she just told him. She still don't know. And his head is fucking spinning. And he goes to that man, to that priest. And the Milan want him to kill him because he's running guns. And that's cutting into his money. And Tommy's like, look, you gonna have to stop that motherfucker. She said, I can't do it. I need that money for. He said, look, there's new people around. They want me to kill you. So I would suggest that you stop running the fucking guns. Let me do something right for a fucking change. So when he's leaving there, Milan's usefulness is getting ready to cease. Because Tommy got all this yak. And so they threw me in the van. This is why Milan is at dinner with Tasha and Ghost and the kids. And dude said kill him. Dude start wailing on him. And right now how Tommy's feeling? He don't got nothing motherfucking goddamn news. They are beating the shit out of him and he will not fight back. When they said kill him, he would not fight back. And so he going through what he was going through and they just were fucking him up. When Milan finished dinner, he comes up and he sees Tommy's taking that shit like a motherfucking goddamn champ. He said, Tommy, why is it that you won't fight back? He said, just go ahead and motherfucking do it. And so Milan was like, man, you don't have nothing. What is it? Is it because of your girlfriend? And Tommy's just bloody, beat up, just fucked up. And he said, look, maybe I misjudged you. He said, you might be useful. Because you that nigga that don't have nothing to fucking lose. So basically, Tommy just proved this motherfucking self. But Tommy was just doing it because he killed Holly. He going through it right now. I mean, he didn't get a chance to go stick his nose down in the powder and just sit there and go crazy because they snatched him up in the what's the name. So then, last but not least, y'all, and I know this is going on a little bit long, but this episode was so packed with so much shit, and I missed some stuff. But Angela pops up, and shit, look, you gotta tell me before I end up getting court-martialed or whatever, because they already suspected me, and they're dragging me against the coast. You gotta tell me who told you, because I know that you killed Lobos. And he throws her down on the bed, thinking she got a wife. She said, I don't got no wife, because if I had a wife, I'd be incriminating myself. And he was like, I don't know what you talking about, Angie. And he's sitting there like whole dumb look, bitch ass nigga that he is. And he's sitting there with them, well, I'm going to fix this, Angie. I mean, you're going to be all right. Whoever he or she is, y'all be able to find him. And she said, she walked out the damn door, and he was like, Angie, don't go. I was like, there you go with your bitch ass motherfucker thinking that you gonna make everything all right. And he telling Tasha, oh, Milan showed his hand. But you always want to sit there and say he showed his hand. But you need to include her in because your kids are... You see the access that he had. He popped up on you. He had a pack of cigarettes that had Drina's name on it. His daughter's name. How do you get a pack of cigarettes with Drina on it? He was letting him see those motherfucking cigarettes with her name on it as he's talking about your kids. Nigga, you just fucking with the wrong one, Ghost. You and Kanan both, because Kanan, I'm going to tell you this. You going to try to slide in there. He ain't going to let you into the fold because he is not going to add another party into this. And you going to think you going to slide up in there and you going to get your ass killed. Just like the Jamaicans did. But y'all, tell me what you think. This episode is off the chain. I've never done a video this long. I want y'all to subscribe if this is your first time seeing it. I want y'all to comment. You know, don't trip, Mountain Man. I appreciate y'all because y'all do sit there and come back with with feedback for me. I love y'all to death. I love all my subscribers, all the people that comment. If I didn't mention you, I'm sorry. But let's make this channel happen. We're going to be the popping thing. We're going to be first in the list when I do a review. And I'm going to get these little sync issues together. I know it's handbrake. I got to sit there and figure out this shit on where I'm going to get the adjustments from. But baby, I'm telling you, it's going to get better. So peace out. I am going to do a review for the the VH1 MTV Awards because it was some good shit that was going on. And Beyonce did slay, y'all. I ain't no Beehive fan, but I gotta give bitch props where a bitch deserves it. And for her to be around as long as she is and still doing what she's doing, she's a bad bitch. And Rihanna, she ain't my favorite either, but I like that bitch tonight too. I liked her little speech too. Drake looking fine as a motherfucker. I'll see y'all tomorrow when I do the other two reviews. Peace out. Love. Peace. Happiness.